Hi everyone, Alex at Coram Farm. We are a year 4 Oklahoma flower farm that sells retail market bouquets from our roadside stand. And I'm in our flower cottage right now making the last bouquets of the 2025 season.
Last bouquet of the season right here. Should we try to sell it or keep it? Last day.
I know that sounds crazy because especially our northern friends, you guys are like just getting started and just getting ramped up. Here in July, you might even not have all of your summer blooms yet. But for us, we've had blooms since mid-March. We had a wonderful spring. We have our summer here. So we've been doing flowers now for a while. But we decided last year that we wanted to take more time off in summer. Summer in Oklahoma, where we grow, is a challenge to say the least. We have horrible bug pressure. We have just like grasshoppers like you've never seen before. The heat, although this year is a little cooler, the heat eventually does get oppressive and we get no rain over the summer. So it's a lot of irrigation and sales are just lower in the summer here. People are just as hot as we are. They're going to the lake. They're going on trips. They're simply not wanting to get out of their car on a Saturday morning to come buy flowers. And we realized we are working our absolute hardest in the hardest conditions for the least amount of sales. And we thought, let's take that time off with everyone else and enjoy the kids, take a break. We are not homeschooling. There's not much going on, and just rest. We can start our homeschool in August like we normally do, and then come back in the fall for some other sorts of sales that we're going to do. We'll announce that here in a couple weeks. We're not going to do fresh flower sales, but we're going to have some other fun stuff going in the fall. And then we have to get our tunnel ready for spring planting. October, November, and into December is like banana pants planting for the fall. So really having lots of July and August off is just what we need. Also, we're a part-time flower farm. This is not our main income. It doesn't need to be our main income. Eric works full-time. We've got 5 kids that we homeschool, and we've got a lot going on. And so this farm is truly part-time. It's a wonderful additional income for our family. We run it profitably, and it's important to do so. But we don't have to be open the entire time we could possibly sell flowers. So for your own flower farm, or if you're thinking about starting, you really are able to tailor the farm to match your family instead of the reverse, which is like your family just follows your farm dreams and then they kind of get the crumbs in your wake. We don't want that. We don't want that for our marriage. We don't want that for our family and our kids. We want the farm to nestle in well and joyfully to what we're already doing as a family. And so part of that was just taking off a lot of July and August. And I got to be honest with you, with how hard the spring season and summer season was here with so we broke historic 100-year rain records in April, May, and June this year in Oklahoma. And so it has just been not just like normal flower farming hard, which is always hard. It's been like extra hard to deal with. So I just think I'm just so thrilled. I mean, I don't know if you can tell that I'm like skipping inside. I'm really excited to just be done, to finish out here with a bang on Saturday with some good sales, I hope. Cut down the fields, silage tarp them, and just exhale, take a break for a little while, and then start planning the 2026 season, getting excited for the fall, that sort of reset. It will be better for me. It'll be better for preventing burnout. I think the kids will be really excited to not have like full farm work days, which they usually do, and they're great about it, but everyone needs a break. So it's just good stuff. I think it's a good thing to do. But here we have what I'm working with. We've got our marigolds, lots of Lizzie's blooming. We've got more Lysianthus, zinnias, and celosia. Because of our rains and our conditions and the fact that I didn't succession plant like you normally would if you were going to go towards fall, our first planting, which happened in April, is also getting tired. So the celosia is going to start going to seed soon. Our marigolds are getting tired, that sort of thing. So this is just a good time to be done. Everything can go with our Lizzies. I'm going to be fairly generous with our Lizzies. That's how I've been marketing it. But I need to make bouquets. My goal is to profitably make a bouquet with every single stem I have cut, because this is it. So I'm just going to make them. I'm going to put them out. I did my marketing. Hopefully it'll be a sellout. If it's not, I've already told myself I don't care. I'm pivoting my brain to next year. We've had a good year sales-wise despite all the challenges, and so it's a win kind of no matter what happens. But I'm actually way behind on my normal time. We stayed up late watching fireworks, and then it was loud, so I couldn't sleep, and baby and all of that. So I have an hour to make like as many bouquets as I can. So I got to get started. For our fresh cut flower 2025 season, year 4 on our flower farm. And I'm so excited to report that we finished off on such a high. We sold over 60 bouquets in a couple hours. I had to restock the stand like 3 times. We sold every single stem that I harvested and cut. I would say about 80% of our Lysianthus are now sold out. What I have remaining, I'm going to sell privately to some friends and some florists next week. But it is so nice to be done, having sold more today than, we did a couple weekends combined throughout June, because summer was a little slower for us this year. So I'm just really thrilled. We have some takeaways and observations from today. I did a couple like bouquet recipe differences to observe, which ones sold out first. And we did a 2 for $40 sale and stuff. So we'll do some videos in the future, kind of more analytically of maybe what we learned, what we're going to change for next year. We are going to have big changes next year, which I'm excited to share with you guys, here on YouTube and stuff as we go. But for now, we are going to rest. We still have to tear down the fields and get the irrigation up and the fabric up and the silage tarps on and kind of put the farm to bed. But from a sales standpoint, we are done. We hit our adjusted revenue goals due to prior said weather drama. But I feel really good about this season, and today was awesome to just go out on a high. We have a couple bouquets here that I went back out after everything was done and just found some stragglers I had missed, and I cut them for myself to put inside to enjoy, because I like having fresh flowers in my house too. Why have a flower farm if you can't have your own fresh flowers? If you want to know our stem pricing, recipes we use, our crop plan for this year, our crop plan for next year, all of the nitty-gritty inside details about how we run our profitable part-time farm, we have all of that information available over on Patreon, and I'll put those links in the description. If you are struggling this summer with sales, or you don't know about pricing, or making recipes, or feeling really frustrating and you're not sure what to do, we have all of that. We'd love to help you with that. It's priced super affordably, and I think it's a great option for the newbie crowd, kind of like year 5 and under, I would say. We are there to help, and I'm gonna go sit down and watch the kids swim and just exhale. Thanks, guys.